the march. This event has been dedicated to the victims of the Vatican, to the victims of the cruel policies like homophobia, transphobia, sexism, to victims of repressive regimes that have been supported by the Vatican, but above all, to the victims of the most evil of all crimes, the violence against defenseless children. That's why we will start our march with a speech of a sex abuse survivor who has become a champion of this campaign. After a speech, a very talented soloist singer, David Somerset Barnes, will perform for us. And afterwards, the choir of the British Humanist Association will lead us singing. After that, let's start marching, and please, let's start with a big wave. I'm honored to present now Sue Cox.
Hi, good morning London, good afternoon London. What a beautiful sight. 10,000 people smiling is just got to be seen to be believed. Not at all surprised, because that's what we do in England, isn't it? Despite our being an angry, aggressive state. This is scary being up here, so you're going to have to bear with me, and I'm going to need to read it because I won't remember. It's been really tough week for all of us that have been dealing with this stuff. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, frustrations, where jaws have bounced off our laps, aghast at the things that we've been witnessing and hearing said about our country. We felt vulnerable, and we've bared our souls in dignified and graceful ways that show the true manner of exposing secrets, assured in the knowledge that the Catholic hierarchy will not follow our example. We've been called soulless, spiritually barren, compared revoltingly even to Nazis because we choose not to believe in the man-made dogmas of a dark, enclosed society that ensures that its secrets are buried deep by using fear, threats and cynicism. We have listened to obsequious, begrudge-spun apologies, even been asked to pray for this man. We've even had to shell out for this great carnival at the height of the global economic crisis. How utterly egotistical, arrogant and selfish is this, an act by a so-called force for good. Benedict suggests that as we reflect on the sobering lessons of atheist extremism, let us not forget how the exclusion of God, religion and virtues leads to a truncated vision of humanity. He's not sobered at all by the experiences that we have tried to share with him. We've tried to have heard. Yet again, what we see is another subtle, cynical attempt to suggest that if we don't believe, then all is hopeless. How dare he suggest that our society does not accept and tolerate traditional values? If his traditional values include enabling child abuse and lying about it, homophobia and calling gay and lesbian people inclined to moral evil, charging a fee for his performance to an entire country despite a large percentage of his following scavenging for scraps on rubbish tips, ruling with fear of hell and damnation, showing more intolerance than any other religion I've ever experienced, showing hate, disdain and purest forms of narcissism, then I am proud to stand here and say that I do not accept those traditional values. In fact, I'm very proud to stand here alongside these wonderful people and have this honour to say that I've experienced nothing but love, compassion, support, warmth, strength of spirit, honesty, encouragement, grace and dignity from every single one of you. These are my values, and yours now I know as well. The only thing I've ever experienced personally from the Catholic Church is pain and anger, fear, disgust, lies and shame. Disempowerment. If someone had told the little girl that I was as 13 in that dark room when I was left to my pain 50 years ago, that one day she would be able to stand in front of her peers in her own country, in her own beautiful capital, and say what happened to her, then she would not have believed it. That she could be part of a sea of change, that her story would have to be heard in order for other people to find the courage to speak, she would not have believed it. She was alone back then. And I am that little girl. And I am here today to tell you that I now have a choice. I can either touch my forelock at Il Papa or kiss his ring, which is what one does, beg for forgiveness for speaking out, or I can, if I don't, because I don't like what he says, I will go to hell. Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. However, do I take the Pope's hand, which asked me to pray for the man who hurt me and was allowed to get away with it, where all I ever experienced was fear and terror and pain? Or do I take the path that includes everyone on this stage and everybody on this march, and all of you in front of me? I can stay with what I believe, but I've been as close to anything like God in this world, personally in speaking and working with brave and honourable people, such as Peter, Margaret, Richard, Marco, Terry, Keith, all of them. They've all rallied to say enough is enough. Do I choose to go with people who are smiling and trying to take the pain away, or do I choose to work with people that tell this girl, as you will hear later with Richard Dawkins' words, that you are stardust, you are unique, special, awesome, you are a result of the rarest of possibilities, and you deserve more than this. Isn't that amazing in its own right? Doesn't that reach to a part of you that you know is the deepest spiritual well that you have? Some people may call that place God, and I fully respect their right to experience this and validate it in their own way. But this is a private place in all of us, and it's not the property of as extreme a religion as I ever knew, currently represented by a man who has systematically enabled these crimes, lied about his role in it all, and dismissed it as misunderstandings and mistakes that we can move on from. I think this week has shown me that I was right all along, that the Church's current attempt to show bella figura are working against them. I hear the plight of newly ordained priests. There was a time, I know painfully only too well, where a priest was considered the pinnacle of society. Yet these days, the first question that pops into many people's minds is, did you? Do you? How safe are you? This is a crying shame, but it's not because of us, it's because of their own church. How can the Catholic hierarchy change this for their people and for the world? Admit it, open up their secret files, recognise that you have a problem, like I had to in my first step towards recovery, and start getting the infection out. Work hard with humility, keep your ego in check, be real and true, and then maybe you can get clean. Many of you are walking today for a whole variety of reasons, but could you just close your eyes for a moment and imagine the reality that somewhere in this world is a child that has been through all of this and is feeling the devastation and just maybe has a chance to see the television and a shot of what's happening here today. Show that child a warm face. Show them that they will be believed. Show them that it's possible to speak out and that someone will be there for them. As for the Pope and his hierarchy, you will no longer be able to get away with it, because we are watching you. And even though you will go back to Rome, very pleased with yourself, puffed up and patting yourself on the back for a really good PR exercise, we will continue to watch you and shout out and work towards change. This is not over.